lasting legacy. Brought to you by UOB Private Bank.
Hello and welcome to Lasting Legacy. I'm Martin Sung. Now this season we're going to take you across Asia as well as Europe to meet businesses that have one thread in common, a strong family at the helm. Today we take you deep into the heart of China's Pearl River Delta to meet the second generation Chus who are swinging into action at Mission Hills Group. In 1992, the late David Chu broke ground on this former wasteland between Shenzhen and Dongguan and teed off what is today the world's largest golf complex with 12 courses and 216 holes. This is Mission Hills Shenzhen, and it was Chu's mission to promote golf in China. The Hong Kong entrepreneur may have made his fortune in paper and packaging, but when the Chinese government opened up the South to development in the 1990s, Chu decided to change course, and that was a surprise to his eldest son.
For my 10 years studying in Toronto, I've played, the only sport that I liked was contact sport. It was like rugby and football. No, golf didn't entice me. I didn't even tune in to watch golf on television. I thought golf was a retirement sport. But it's not until I came back to assist my father, then I realized that golf is a business language. It's a social networking tool.
Many people thought it was too bold of a move, investing in golf in China when it's non-existent over 25 years ago, introducing a new game. But he was so visionary. He saw it as a way of life, a way of bringing business communities together, whether in China, in Asia, or across the world.
Now, Chu, widely considered the father of golf in China, died in 2011 after a lengthy battle with cancer. And that resulted in Ken swinging into the forefront of the family business.
Throughout my life, I've always been under, by a big tree. Chinese have a proverb saying that if you're below or beside a big tree, you're always safe in adverse weather. The proverb is something like that. So it means that when you have strong, solid backing, you can be more carefree. But all of a sudden, I become the big tree of the corporation, and of course also to the family, being the eldest son.
Together with two of his siblings, Tennille and Catherine, he's continuing the legacy of his late father to establish China as a popular golfing destination.
My father is very patriotic, and he was able to invest the world's largest golf facility in China and position China golf in the world map of golf, putting a Chinese flag in the world map of golf. And the next stage for us to develop golf is to find the next champion, world champion, representing China.
My father has left us a huge shoe to fill, but nevertheless, to him, the most valuable lesson that we learned from him was definitely everything is mission possible. Whatever you tell him not to do or not able to accomplish, he will always find a way to make it happen. And he's truly a pioneer and revolutionized the whole industry in growing this industry to whole new levels of standards of excellence and to showcase the new China. As we, the second generation, we're leveraging on that and expanding from that and synergizing from that. So golf is always true to our hearts.
As chairman and vice chairman, Ken and Tennille have expanded on what their late father was doing with their Golf and More strategy. From a focus on golf, integrated leisure tourism, and real estate, the group now has 8 core businesses, including health and wellness, theme parks, as well as cultural, entertainment, and commercial ventures. Sprawling across 40 square kilometers, the Mission Hills empire includes 22 championship courses, 5-star hotels, spas, volcanic mineral springs, as well as international convention centers. And if they've learned anything from their father, it's to go big or go home.
Whatever we have created and done in the past at Mission Hills is either we're the first to do it or do it the biggest. There's no secret, and this is the way we have always been operating. And it's either you're on the top of your game or be the pioneer. Otherwise, you'll definitely not be able to really succeed and move to the next level. And our daily routine for us, we're basically a 24/7, 365-day resort to the world. And not only for the leisure clients, to our members and guests, you know, there are people with banqueting, weddings, to convention businesses and lifestyle for all sorts of, all walks of life.
The strategy to expand the Mission Hills empire beyond golf comes as President Xi Jinping declared a war on golf as part of his clampdown on corruption. Now, Xi isn't the first leader to criticize the sport. Chairman Mao once described the game as a sport for millionaires. Mission Hills has also done its part to make golf more accessible to the multitudes. And while there are similarities in how the first and second generation think about the business, the elder Chu would have preferred to keep the company 100% private, while his son, Ken, is considering a listing in the years to come. Plus, he's also running Mission Hills with a different perspective on partnerships.
I've been in many new ventures, JVs, and acquisitions, partnership with brands of the world. And some things I believe in organic growth, some you just have to trust and respect the power of brands and leverage on each other's strength. Hence, that's why we're able to grow so rapidly from 3 core industries to 8 in the past few years.
In 2016, Mission Hills partnered with tennis superstar Boris Becker to develop the sport in China. And more family-friendly concepts are in the pipeline. The company is working with Huayi Brothers on Movie Town in Haikou, as well as with Australia's Village Roadshow on China's first Wet and Wild Park. For Ken, these are opportunities to widen the group's reach in the domestic tourism market.
It is anticipated from the Tourism Bureau by year 2020, the domestic tourism market will grow to 6.4 billion travelers. That's like almost every Chinese traveling 5 times. With an anticipated spending of $1 trillion of just tourism spending. That's how big this market is. That's why everybody wants a piece of the pie. And likewise, we have expanded the business model from it used to be just a sporting golf business development model into now the greater tourism market.
Now, while there are differences in how their generation views the future versus their father, one thing remains the same: the mindsets and values that both brothers remember from observing their father's work ethic since they were young.
The year I was born was the year that my father initiated his own business, starting in manufacturing business with 3 employees. And it's not until I was 6 years old, my father got his first car. So he's a self-made man.
My father's had a very humble beginning with his life, and definitely not a penny to his name, but nevertheless, through perseverance and having vision, he definitely persevered everything that he came across in every industry that he have been involved with. So this is something that I've definitely learned at an early stage of my life.
And when it comes to the future of the Mission Hills Group, the Chus don't position or consider it a family business. Plus, they're practical about bringing professionals into the group.
We're a family-owned business, but we're also a very professional firm. So we have hired many professionals, and we have great loyalty among our staff, and we'll develop them through time. So I'm sure we will be able to either groom or bring people in for succession planning if it's not our immediate children. But should our immediate children be interested? Well, yes, we'll be very encouraging. But at this point in time, it's not the pressure. They need to come here and want to do it for themselves.
When you have incapable family member leading people that are much more capable of them, then that is family business. When you have to look after family members who is less capable in leading people that are more capable of them, then that's family business. That's why, I mean, we have 6 siblings and only 3 of us are in the business. Others have their own belief, their own mindset, and others maybe it's just not the right time for them to join. So that's how we position Mission Hills. We respect the professionals and let them take charge in what their strength is.
Coming up, the celebrity factor and why one of the world's golfing greats is helping the Chus with their handicap to find the next top Chinese golfer.
I think we have a lot of things in common. Obviously the game of golf, and want to spread the word, and they see the value in junior golf also.
Lasting Legacy, brought to you by UOB Private Bank.
Take my hand, tiptoe a little closer, tell me you love me.
Lasting Legacy, brought to you by UOB Private Bank.
They're widely known as China's first family of the fairways. Today, brothers Ken and Tennille Shu are the driving forces behind the Mission Hills Group, furthering their father's legacy of growing the game of golf in China and scoring big by bringing in some of the biggest names in the game. It's a Thursday afternoon in April at Mission Hills, Dongguan. The star attraction is golfing legend Annika Sorenstam. He's hosting a junior clinic as well as to tee off the Annika Invitational at Mission Hills. The tournament was launched in 2011, and this year it also saw the 10-time major champion spend time with 70 girls, imparting her insights into the game.
One of our main missions was to bring China to the world and the world to China. And with every partner that we have worked with, also with every tournament, every event, definitely leaves an everlasting legacy and mark to the future.
And that's a vision she shares with the Chu brothers to nurture the next generation of sports superstars in China.
I think we have a lot of things in common. Obviously the game of golf, and want to spread the word, and they see the value in junior golf also. So for me, with my initiative and my determination and my mission to grow the game, you know, we work together for the girls to come here. They help me facilitate with the officials, tournament directors. They help us to get the right girls to come and play.
Famous names like Annika Sorenstam are just some of the professional golfers that Mission Hills has brought to its greens. And the credit goes to Tennille.
My brother's blood is green. He is really into sports and golf. And yeah, he has his own expertise, and he's excelling in all the sports development for Mission Hills.
Tennille has also played a crucial role in hosting international tournaments at Mission Hills, including Tiger Woods' first visit to China in 2001 and a decade later in 2011.
You know, previously there wasn't any professional events that could invite these top-tier players, so we create our own main exhibition events, like inviting Tiger's first visit and play against all the top Asian players. And then following that, we also invite many of the celebrity legendary golfers to design a golf course so that they enable them to come and visit and expose themselves to the China market. And when they come, they are all very, very giving and very welcoming, and to help to grow the game of golf together with a lot of junior programs to doing different clinics and interactions with the media and public. They are definitely world-class ambassadors for the game of golf.
One of the interesting formats Tennille has introduced is the World Celebrity Pro-Am. It's where the red carpet and the golf green collide for a unique weekend. Golf icons like Greg Norman and Nick Faldo, sports stars Yao Ming, alongside celebrities like Jessica Alba, Michael Douglas, and Jay Chou compete. The competition was held at Mission Hills High Cove, Hainan Island. Lush greenery and volcanic golf courses are the highlight of this complex, alongside an array of leisure and entertainment offerings. Inaugurated in 2010, the complex is part of the family's efforts to further tap the domestic tourism market in China.
It's to understand the momentum of the country's development. Not only does it help with your own business undertaking, but also you're able to comment and share your experiences and collectively with all the other members to help shape the future development of the country. Just like every 1% GDP growth today is equivalent to 1.6 times 5 years ago. It's equivalent to 2.6 times 10 years ago. Every 1% of GDP growth. That's the biggest variation. And as you know, the youth is the future. How do you share your experience with the next generation so that they can help grow the pride, the economy, the country collectively as a whole? There's actually 7.56 million kids that graduate from college annually in China. That is how mass the population is.
To meet that growth, Mission Hills has 20,000 people who work for them every day. And running such a big operation means a lot of pressure to stay in the black. While the group doesn't detail its financials, Ken says their rate of return is positive.
If you want to be successful in China, you got to look after the 3 P. The first P is definitely profit. If you're not profitable, then you're a liability to all your colleagues, to the society, to the country, and to the industry. And then the other P is people. You got to look after the people. You got to win people's heart. You got to let people around you grow together with you to share your success. And then from there, when you have people's heart, then you can grow much faster. And the third P is planet. You got to look after the planet, the environment, the sustainability.
Environmentalists have long raised their concerns about the significant impact of golf courses on the ecosystem, and that has been the case in China in the past decade, where golf developments have gone into overdrive. For Mission Hills, their sustainability policy has seen them exceed the minimum requirement the Chinese government has in place for such developments. Aside from the 3 Ps, profit, people, and planet aside, the president is also about partnerships. But this isn't just limited to Mission Hills' development in leisure and entertainment. Coming up, how the second generation of Chus are roping in outside partners to help them realize their late founder's vision of educating the masses.
We hope that with such partnerships, with such amazing, legendary athletes, that the students will be inspired and learn from the best.
Why the Chus brought FC Barcelona on board to help them open a football academy. On Lasting Legacy, after this.
In the past, it's very hard to do business in the countryside because the logistic fee is very high, the cost is too high. But today, we will use new technology like a drone, fly from the city to countryside to deliver the parcel instead of the car. So that kind of logistic fee will drop down at least 70%. So on our balance sheet, I think it will be profitable.
Coming up next time on Gillette World Sport, we journey to the center of a glacier and scale its walls of ice. We're scouting for basketball talent with one of Europe's leading academies. And there's the latest round of the Superbike World Championship. It's all coming up next time on Gillette World Sport, this weekend at these times on CNBC.
Inside this container is what could be the home of the future. Fast forward to 2050. When you wake up in the morning, your energy consumption is displayed on this board, along with weather information, your schedule, and even the security of your home. Using your tablet along with mixed reality, you can see how your appliances are performing in real time. You can even see how much your electricity cost is at any given moment. Energy efficient, self-powering, and fully connected. These are the buzzwords powering what could be the future of the home. In Singapore, Upton Saidi, CNBC.
The late David Chu's mission was to promote the game of golf in a country of more than 1 billion people. Now, he's largely succeeded. He's built the world's largest golf complex in China, and now his children are extending that legacy. But beyond the greens and the sprawling sports complexes is a broader vision, educating the masses about sports. From preschool to prep school, more than 200 students attend the Bromsgrove School, Mission Hills. It's part of the group's vision to introduce an international curriculum to China, and the school that carries its brand name no doubt comes with synergies.
Not only is the school located in a very serene, ecological, green environment, but it's access to all these excellent sporting facilities and excellent sporting coaches.
Students at the school also get access to the celebrity golfers and sports personalities that come through Mission Hills. And golf isn't the only sport that the school promotes. Tennis, figure skating, ice hockey, and soccer are others that the children get exposure to. Plus, plans are underway to open a senior school in 2 years, while over in Haikou, it's already established the Hainan Overseas Chinese Middle School, Mission Hills. And in February of this year, it teamed up with FC Barcelona to open a football academy in Haikou.
We hope that they will also develop a tremendous interest in team play, teamwork skills, and the sporting excellence for football as well. So we hope that with such partnerships, with such amazing, legendary athletes, that the students will be inspired and learn from the best.
And learning from the best is something they've learned from their father, who believed in providing the best education for his children. Catherine received a bachelor's and master's as well as a PhD at the London School of Economics, and had a stint as a strategy consultant at Accenture before returning home and embarking on a career at 2 Hong Kong-listed companies. She joined the family business in 2014.
I've always felt a strong sense of I want to contribute back to the family because I've had such a blessed upbringing. When I came back, I felt I want to contribute. If I'm here in Asia, I must contribute back to the family, and very happily to do so. So it started off more voluntarily on all these philanthropic projects and also education projects to start up. But then it grew in its own way. So I felt actually it needs to be full-time dedication. So then I've entered this full-time for education initiative.
Catherine has made it her vision to drive the international educational development of the group, and using her experience to create a new global education model. While the late David Chu may have started that philanthropic effort, the second generation has changed the rationale and role of how they contribute.
My father has over the past years, he has given back a lot to all the high school and colleges that we have all attended. And since his passing, I've twisted a little bit, transformed the the giving mentality. We thought, why don't we donate the money in their name, partnering with them together collectively to help the generation here in China by introducing the Western curriculum, methods of teachings into China. Because not everybody can afford to go abroad to study. It is very expensive.
For Ken, his father's death was also a wake-up call to rethink his reality and ensure the right work-life balance.
I exercise a lot, not because I care about how I look, but purely I wanted to transform. I wanted to change the genes in the family, because my father died of cancer, so I wanted to change my genetics. That's why I work out, I exercise, and I live a very healthy lifestyle. I go to bed early, and I'm a pescatarian.
But it wasn't just a personal goal, he also made it a group goal to search for new meaning for Mission Hills.
We got together collectively and searched for the reason why we exist. Why does Mission Hills exist? And we came up collectively amongst the siblings and with all the colleagues. It's the 3H. Happy, healthy, harmony. Is to promote a happy, healthy, harmonious lifestyle to all.
It will be always in our DNA to support the wellness of sports development and also to have a healthier population through the love of sports.
And it's that passion that will keep the second generation going as they continue to build on the foundations laid by their late father. From a wasteland in China to the world's largest golf complex today. And that wraps up this episode of Lasting Legacy. I'm Martin Sung. Thanks for watching. Next week, we conclude this second season with a panel discussion on millennials and the perspective they bring to family businesses.
Lasting Legacy, brought to you by UOB Private Bank.